Hi, everyone. And look who I have here with me.
Yes.
Deborah Cow from What? Grow Your Light.
Grow your light. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And I am so excited to talk to you about your new book, Decode Tarot, because I have just gotten a preview of some of the content in your book, and I've already learned that new things. So
What did you learn? What did you learn?
I really learned how to frame looking at like swords in a different way to see that, you know, the shadow side of it and what it can be, the light side of it, so that when I see those cards next to, if I see a lot of swords in someone's reading, I can better understand what might be happening. And you know, you can talk about it probably a lot more succinctly than I can, since I only read it a few minutes ago. But, yeah, share with us about.
So the publisher is going to send you a real live book, but she was saying, I better get these digitals out. And I said, yeah, that would be good. And then you opened it up. That was sweet.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things, the reason I wrote this book is because I experience it with, like everyone else, no matter what you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
You have somebody runs out and gets a deck of cards saying, I want to do that. I want to read that. And then you go one by one and read the book, and then you struggle with that. And then you might take a course online. And then there's this big gap of practicing and confidence and accuracy. And then there is reading for others with confidence and accuracy.
Yes, absolutely.
So this book takes the person with the deck and walks you through that accuracy part. And the reason I'm so confident in that is I have very unusual, not normal way of practicing tarot, and that's on a psychic hotline, whereas one call after the other. Yeah. And so I would see in real time quickly these combinations that would come up. Ooh. And then the next day, the same combinations. Oh. So then I started asking the client, I'd say, it's been my experience with this combination. It sometimes means X, Y, Z. And then they say, oh my God, how did you know? So that's it. That's where I put together. So you
develop that understanding over time, in real time.
In real time.
Getting the feedback immediately as to your method. So
right. Yeah, so that builds your confidence and accuracy and stuff. But it's for the person just wanting to do better. And people who are on the hotlines or on doing readings, you're going to learn something new.
Yeah,
there's going to be something
are
there.
Going to learn it. And I can't wait to get the hard copy.
Me too. It's not coming out till the August 28th, but I'm going
August 28th, folks. You heard that?
You can pre-order.
So from your website, and will they eventually be able to get it on Amazon, or where?
Yeah, it's going to be on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Yep. It's going to be around the world.
Yeah.
Which is nice. That's the good part about having a publisher.
Yes, it is.
It can go around the world.
That is excellent. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
and I think it is one of those books you will it's not your normal, you immediately, as you're reading it, you're getting tips on things that you never thought about in a way that you never looked at it. So you will definitely read a lot more accurately from this understanding how everything works together. I love that. That is just, I can't wait.
I really enjoy tarot. I really enjoy numerology. I love putting them both together.
Yeah. So you have you have other books that I'm going to have to go buy.
No. Well, I forgot to send you my deck. I'm going to send it to you.
Deck.
I'm going to send you a deck, so don't go out and buy it. I forgot to do that, just like I forgot the link for the show.
Oh no, that was probably me. But
the book in the deck is a real fat little book, and it will tell you different ways to read the tarot. And when people do deck openings and all the reveals, I guess is what they're saying, I put a Y for yes or an N for no on all the cards, different cards. And then all of the major cards are yes.
Ooh.
Get to the devil, they would get to the tower, and they'd see yes and say, I don't think I like this deck. Well, it's not a mystery. What I do is all the major cards are yes. All the even number cards are yes. All the odd number cards are no. All the court cards are no.
Okay.
So there's no big mystery on that. But
how did you come to that conclusion?
I was
research. I'm sure you,
because and it does. I think it favors yes a little bit because of the numbers. But I must have read it somewhere, or it just came upon me. You know, when you just have epiphanies, and you think, how can we do a yes and no? Because usually you would do a few cards and see if they're positive or negative. But I don't want to say no is negative, right?
That's right.
So now the fun part is that if you do it the way is in the book, because it's really important to do this, where you never take a question like, will I ever marry? You reframe that, will I meet my person in the next 6 months? You can read on that.
No, you're so much, and you know what? We all need to frame our questions not in a yes or no, but to, open-ended so we can get some kind of feedback.
But the thing is that if let's say she really wants to get married and meet her new person in 6 months, that's fine. What if it says no? It doesn't mean you're not going to meet that person. It means it'll give you the reason why it's no.
Exactly.
And so it might be the 8 of Wands. You're moving too fast, or you're too much in your head, too many cups, you're too emotionally exposed. I mean, there's a lot of different ways. So if you course correct, we change our life at the level of action, not wishes. The best part of a psychic reading is for you to get that change of perspective so you can create what you want. If you want to get married or meet someone in 6 months, then follow the guidelines that those 5 cards tell you.
Yeah, and I love what you said in your book, Decoding Tarot, Decode Tarot, that, the action is the wands, the fast-moving action cards. So, the swords are your thinking. You might be overthinking. You might be, all this stuff. But if you don't put some of those over, and then the cups, you might be in this emotional.
So you could have an agreement with spirit, and this is how you grow your language. This is how you grow your signals and signs, your communication with. Just say, I want to have an understanding that this is what everything means. And so the first several cards out, I've agreed with spirit that spirit's going to tell me through the suits how my client is receiving information. So if you have a lot of feeling cards, then you can say, I feel you probably, or you can get on the same lines as that, and or thinking, and
so
you can say
resonate with what you're saying.
If
you're getting them.
If your client strategizes, like all that thinking, the swords, then you can't gush them up with a lot of feeling stuff.
I gotcha.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they won't hear that kind of, they'll be like, what? They won't resonate with the reading the same way they would if you taught the intellectual.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Those are just new things to me. I am totally getting it in a way that I never have. Of course, I knew swords were air and they were thinking and all of that, but you framed it in a way that it's action oriented and I can look at it and use it.
Yes.
And I love that. Yeah.
I'm glad.
You're going to have to run out and get the book. August 28th.
August 28th.
August 28th. Set your calendars. Set your
Thank you so
alarm.
much. You're such a great cheerleader. I just love you so much.
Well, you know what? You deserve a big cheerleader because you're out there helping so many people with all of your information, classes, and courses.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Deborah has so much to offer. It's just go to her website, subscribe to her YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
So,
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, of course I'm going to cheer you on. Look at how much you're doing for the world.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that now we need so many more accurate and talented advisors, even if because plenty of times I've been confused in my life and melting down. If I could just have the right combination of words from someone to help me get on my feet in my emotional footing, I want to be that for someone.
And you're giving me the full body chills. What you're saying is so accurate that when you have a reader and they're reading something for you, if they can just somehow connect with you and say it the right words.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though they're just words, but somehow they'll hit you where you live and you'll get it. You'll have the epiphany as the client. And that is so important. And your method really helps people deliver that type of a reading and be able to get in there right where that client is, or right where the sitter is going to receive it in the highest possible way.
Right.
And make use of it in a good way in their life. So,
well, and then there's another thing I subscribe to, and that is at the beginning of a reading, I do the cards and I do the reading, and I see that this person is in this box, whatever it is, ABC. And then they're struggling, obviously struggling. And so I know that enlightenment happens in an instant. It doesn't take a lifetime. And so if you move into a new way of looking at things, new perspective gives you new strategy, which gives you new results. So just because this first read says that he's not coming back, I don't know what it is, fill in something you're disappointed in, does not mean that that's set in stone, because we change at the level of action. It means you either don't do any more action or do actions, but it's going to be counterintuitive for you.
Yes.
But if you do it, the results are immediate.
Yes. I love that.
It's
a roadmap. No,
that's right.
You can really understand things. You know where you're going with this because you see the layout, and you know by the suits and what is laying out what the client is going through, what they're experiencing. And it does give you a lot of confidence if you can go with that roadmap and say things the way that client's going to understand. I want to stop and say hi to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have
started jibber jabbering right away.
Well,
all about me, It's the Deb Show.
Hey, I'm so excited to have you here. So Peppermint Candy, want to say hi to you and Janet for being here. Seascape and Viviani, Joyful Journey, Starfish Jenny, Rossi. And I noticed Rossi put your link in here, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Rossi.
We've got Julie, Tarot Stash, Gerald. Hello.
Gerald, hi.
Good of you to be here. Louisa and Wayne Rich. Let's see, going down the list here. You guys are chit-chatting. And Linda D. Gonzalez and S.R. Kish. Let's see, my little finger's slow. Lisa Niedermeyer, Craig Dixon, Denise Fletcher, and Jonathan Daly. Hi.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Hi. And T. Lynn. Hi. Garnet. And Marina, Heart Center.
Marina. Hello. Wow. All the who's who.
So I'm glad you all are here because this is going to be phenomenal. And I really am excited about your book. And I do have an electronic copy, and I'm going to be reading it like crazy after this
Good, good.
because this is going to help me. I'm going to have a lot more confidence to know how to read in a way in which the person can receive it, the most benefit from it, and really
Right.
resonate with it. When you can see right where that person is at energetically by the suits and how they're lined up and how many are in that. So I noticed I didn't get to the part where you talked about the reading, the layout. And so do you do like 10 card spreads, or what do you typically do for someone to give them a good reading?
It varies. It varies. But I like to start that answer out by not every card that hits the table is yours to tell.
Oh,
Not every card needs to fit into this to
oh,
what you're getting from spirit. That card might be a placeholder. Let's
yeah.
put it aside. Let's say you have all these wonderful, cards and everything's moving well. And all of a sudden the devil comes in, and
Yeah.
on either side of the devil are all these beautiful cards.
Yeah.
Now the devil does kind of spit on everything because that's sort of a compulsion, and but you can address that and say, oh, your obsession is showing. But
Yeah, my obsession with candy eating, or I'm sorry, I get the devil for my sugar addiction.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
He says, come over here, let's have pie.
Yes, it's true. So, but I did read that you don't do this blow by blow, minute by minute thing because, and time is hard, but you set like 30 days for every card, or
I
maybe
like
not.
to do that. I like to do 30-day increments on my timelines only because the energy is shifting and folding. And if I get a good feeling like this person's going to call you or the job is going to be there or whatever in the first 5 cards or something like that, then I think it's imminent.
Right.
But within 30 days, it could be in 1 hour. It could take 30 days. But the thing is that there's so many, and I only go out about 3 months because I discovered that the farther I get away from the actual reading, the predictions kind of fizzle out because of free will, free choice.
True. And that is true. Nobody can deny it. Things can change. And someone's life, depending on the course you're going to take, whatever you're choosing right now is going to change what comes forward later.
I just want someone, I don't want to take their power away.
Yeah.
I know no advisor wants to, but we tend to move into, you got to do this and do this and this and this. Because of time and money that people are spending on my readings, I do cut to the chase.
Well,
pretty good. But it's only to change that perspective, entertain the thought of this way or that way. But as far as reading goes, I saw someone, an advisor. We were doing this group thing at a gallery, and her time to read, and she just flipped every card face up on the table, one right over the other, not alongside, just over. And as she flipped, she said the story. As she flipped, and I know the cards, so I know that not every card she read. Yeah. It just moved into something else. There might be 3 cards that she just didn't even mention, but then the story. So that's that intuitive. She knows the deck really well. And that's when I thought, oh, I bet you that's why, when I'm trying to hammer the devil in somewhere, when everything else looks so good, and think, gosh, go away.
It just maybe plays a very minor.
And it could be just be just a placeholder. It's just in there so you could read the next one. So if it's ill dignified, then you start thinking about
placeholders. So I mean, now that I know that,
your
You know?
reading's going to go a lot more smoother because you're not trying to well, what does this mean?
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
It makes a lot of sense because
Mhm.
sometimes you'll be reading along, like you said, you'll have all these wonderful cards and then some more
Doink.
wonderful cards, but in the middle of that, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's
So,
just your guides laughing at you.
yes, and they do that a lot, by the way. Mine are really, man, they tease me and do all kinds of things. So, yeah, I know they have to do that.
Yeah,
They have
they
to
do.
lighten us up a little bit here and there. So I didn't know if anybody in the chat might want to ask Deborah any questions about tarot, but when we get down to, I went a little bit forward in the book and about the master, about the numbers, but I didn't really get to read anything about it yet. So as far as numerology,
Mhm.
are you talking about numerology and the meaning of numbers inside the book a little bit so that you can understand?
A little bit.
Not much,
Yeah.
but a little.
Numbers hold their own space and they're pretty picky about their space. So, but I do understand that in numerology, let's say you have an idea, which is the ace,
Yeah.
right? You have an idea, which is one, and say, oh, I'm going to open up an ice cream stand or parlor. And then you go into the 2, which is collaboration. How much does ice cream cost? What's wholesale on this? And then you go into the 3, where you can actually visualize the sign, the artistic stuff, and maybe find a place to rent.
Mhm.
And then you get to the 4, where you get the key, right? To actually have a tangible on the ground, because 1, 2, and 3 are all up in the air, all here. 4 anchors you. So
Yeah,
then
it's
you get
like
into the
the
5.
foundation,
I
right?
think I put this in the book. Maybe I didn't. It's in one of the books. And then you get to the 5 and you think, oh Lord, I mismeasured the freezer, right? So that's when the 5 comes in, you go, whoops, and you have to like stay loose. Oh, I hired the
Flexible.
wrong person, that type of thing. The 6 is when we finally have the community saying, I want to see you succeed.
Oh,
Balance and harmony, like the 6 of swords, moving into calmer waters, that kind of things. And then the 7 comes in, that's where the magic lives,
yeah.
because then all of a sudden the heart comes in. Yeah, sure, this ice cream stand is going to sponsor the little league, the uniforms. And then 8, you get them to pay it back by coming in and eating ice cream. You see, that's the tangible stuff, the exchange. And then the 9 is when you consider opening up a second location. You see how that goes.
Yeah,
That's
I love
the
that.
thing about 9, or the 9-year cycle type of thing. And I do take, I always say, like the 3 of swords, it's only a 3. Yes, it's heartbreak, but it's anything you can't come back from. I mean, in a minute.
Yeah.
It's just a 3. But then the 5s come around, and it's that, the 5 of wands, just a little bit of gossip and bickering, and the 5 of swords, no big blowout, but man, I don't like you right now. All of that. And it can be annoying. It can go into true crime, but for the most part, it's only a 5, right? So the 5s are in the deck to say, hey, here's a little trouble to, keep you grounded. But it's only a 5. It's just something you swish around. Because I was doing a reading on one lady, will I get the job? It said yes. And then all of a sudden, the devil did come up, and the 5 of wands came up. And then I saw one of the court cards reversed. So I won't go into the details of that. I said, look, time and money, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to get the job, but you being a fill in the blank life path number, and we all do this. We start a new job. Hi, my name is Deborah. Sure, I'll go to lunch with you. Let's say, and we try and find common ground so we can be friends and have a nice atmosphere. But what she was walking into
Was
what
a
she
hornet's nest.
the reason why she's there is because they had to get rid of some bad apples. And I said, there will be a woman coming into your office and she is your bad.
No, don't go have lunch.
This is not your friend. So for the first 3 weeks, I want you to say, "Oh, I'm just going to double down on this paperwork to learn the job or whatever, but don't socialize for 3 weeks." And boy, that person was gone in 3
Oh
weeks.
my
I mean,
God,
it really worked out.
skills. I mean, you
worked
really nailed it because I could just see the story play out.
You
And
see the cards, don't you?
that was just beautifully timed information for her to have
Right.
to not have to create a situation she had to deal with. She stayed out of the drama by
Right.
Yeah, that's
Stayed out of the drive.
that is the reason why you have readings once in a while.
That's right. Well, I got to tell you, if you learn the tarot, I know a lot of people like to just use intuition.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Intuition's fine. But if you know the cards, that's 78 ways, your guides can communicate. And then in the book, in the first book with the deck, the thing is we have a way to do mediumship.
Yes.
Now there's you can get into the room of knowing with all these tools, right? You just want to get in. And so to begin your mediumship with you, you declare a way of reading this next throw. And that is and I explain how to do it. And then you start moving into the messages from spirit. From past loved ones.
And I have to say, it really is a powerful way to get into things. I used tarot,
either way,
my channeling class in the beginning, just as a way to start to connect. And as they do, even on the first day, everyone was channeling, but it's a 7-week class. But then at the end, they barely even need the cards. They don't need them at all. They can channel. But the cards are really beautiful to steer you in the direction that spirit is really communicating. And it's the same thing with mediumship. I really, really like that sort of like flow, and it kind of gets you in the seasoning, the special spices you need to understand everything, the context.
Right.
When I channel messages from galactic beings or whoever, and I take the cards and I throw on the message, it will give me profound clarity about the message. So it's good after and before. So
I love that.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's very helpful. So knowing that you can use it for mediumship and all of those, it's the same. It's a connection.
It is
the same connection, and so you're just using that tool. I love that. So
I just saw McGrill was here. McGrill is in my Learn Tarot with me.
Oh,
I have two classes.
You learn tarot.
Oh no. You're way.
No. T. Lynn's saying it's always interesting to hear your different perspectives. A lot of times simply hearing things worded a little differently gives me clarity. And that's what happened to me, T. Lynn, this morning as I was starting to read Deborah's book. I got a lot of clarity on like the swords and the cups and even though, I know fire, air, blah, blah. Somehow they were just worded just right. So they hit me and it stuck in my brain and cups. So please say the name of Deborah's tarot deck.
Oh, it's called the Clarity Tarot and Clarity Tarot deck. And there's another Clarity deck, but it doesn't have the word deck on it. But it's on Amazon.
Okay. Yeah. And Marina's saying Just started scanning through Decode Tarot. I'm impressed.
Oh, Marina.
So am
Thank you.
I, Marina. So am I. I so am excited. I'm going to get off this and I'm going to be like power reading, trying to commit it to memory.
God
Oh,
bless you.
that. Yeah, that's great. And let's see.
Did Tarot Stash get his copy, Gerald?
Gerald?
You should have gotten a digital copy.
Gerald.
If he's here, he might not be here.
I just saw him right here.
Yeah.
He's just saying hi to people. No, let's wait for him to respond. And
yeah.
And T-Lin's saying, yeah, tarot seems overwhelming with the variety and style of cards. I'm still stumped by those who can. So you need to take Deborah's class.
Yeah.
Obviously, so do I.
The class is so simple. Oh, he did get it today.
Oh, good. Yes, I got it today. Okay, that's me too, Gerald. And Gerald and I, by the way, are doing a course. We're doing a class on June 9th for manifesting in the quantum field. You can still go to dragonflycrystals.store and sign up for that class. It's on Sunday. And it's
awesome.
A very modest amount of money if you want.
Awesome.
Join. And so
that's all about manifestation.
Yeah, it's manifesting in the quantum field, and really you have quantum field advisors that you connect to, and they're there for everyone. People don't really realize it, but there are beings who are there, much like the Akashic Record Masters, and they help you to make your cosmic order of the universe.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's kind of fun. And Marina's saying every master has a tool chest they can pick from. You may not use them all, but it's nice to have them. Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So true.
And Linda Day Gonzalez is saying, reminding me to practice channeling, write it down. Yeah. Linda, write it down. Or videotape yourself doing it as you're saying it so we can all see it. Rossi says, I used Deborah's cards in the channeling class. Oh, it's because Rossi took my channeling class.
Awesome.
Yeah, I remember your cards were beautiful.
Awesome.
And then Rossi saying, that's a good advice going to any new job. Wait it out until you know the lay of the land.
The lay of the land.
Like, you go into the hornets. You gotta just wait it out.
I loved her feedback. It might be on her testimonial might be there on my website, but it was real fun to get.
Oh,
Jonathan.
I love how Deborah broke down the numbers. Yeah, thank you, Jonathan.
I miss you, Jonathan. We need to do a show.
And so anyway, so back to the book. So what have we touched on everything yet?
No way.
Well, let's
start.
Let's get in there. Come on. What I need to know.
So when you want to practice, let's say you want I really want to read tarot, but I only have this little bit of time while I'm doing the dishes to read the book on the shelf, right? I learned tarot. I made an agreement with my guides. I said, I want to learn the card so much that I don't even have to see the card to know what it means. And so when I was driving, this happened a lot because I was working hospice at the time. So I was on the road a lot. Yeah. A card would pop in, 7 of Swords. And then I think, now, what does that look like? What does that mean? And so I'd ponder it while I was driving. And then if I couldn't get a hold of it, well, every time I would go home and look it up and I'd be right. But then the guide says, what part of your day represented the 7 of Swords?
Oh, you're giving me the chills. I'm getting the whole body chills on that.
But that's when you start having a real relationship with cards. And go ahead. You were just going to
No,
say.
I love that you're pointing out you're really becoming personally integrated with every card by that visualization, by that integration into your being, into your energy field, into your knowingness. So you are connecting in a hugely profound way.
And it came pretty easy and it was fun. It was really, really fun. So you could start doing that. Just say, oh, 5 of Cups. What does that look like? Yeah. And then once you get the visualization, usually you can figure out what it means. But that's one of the ways you can practice without having to sit down and practice.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent thing because, I mean, we have time a lot of times.
Yes.
Maybe even brushing your teeth in the morning.
That's right. And the guides, once you say yes to that with the guides, it's like boom, 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 boom. I went to a party. I reached out my hand to shake this guy's hand and a card comes up. It's like, wow. Let me tell you about this person. I'm thinking, okay. And then I'd go to talk to him or something. And sure enough, it matched the card. So it's the way you practice. I want to have my guides in my life all the time. And so that's a way you can agree to do it.
You know what it reminded me of just now, Deborah? You know, when we talk about light language and downloads of light language, it's almost like those are your symbols. Those are your, and then there it is. It's coming in front of you as each person.
Yeah. Once you know, that's 78 ways the guides can talk to you. 78 signs they can give you.
Yeah. Getting the full, I'm into the full body chills today. But no, that really is very, very true. I mean, I really resonate with that. And it is a super powerful way to do it. I'm going to have to start today. After this, I'll be trying to do it. Now, those court cards, though, they just throw me all over.
I love my court cards. Wait till you get to the chapter. Oh my God.
I can't wait to get to your part in the book about court cards. When you love them. Oh, God.
I love them. So let's talk Queen of Swords.
Okay.
Swords is air.
Yeah.
Airhead.
Thoughts.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They're always your thoughts. And so I thought, what is one of the smartest people I know? Judge Judy.
Yes.
And when she's right, she's really profoundly right.
Yes.
But when she's wrong, she's very offensive. That's the reverse queen. I got to tell you this story. I just put this on my next book, this story. But when it's been my experience doing these readings over and over again, that if I have the Queen of Swords reversed in a reading, the woman I'm talking to is pushing too far. To me, the reversed Queen of Swords means person that's very, very smart, made her point, and then went too far.
Oh, yeah.
And hurt.
Yeah, that's Judge Judy.
So that's the Judge Judy on a bad day.
On a bad day.
And so anyway, so this woman calls, says, my husband just slammed the door again, walked out instead of sitting around and talking about this, what is going through his mind. And she told me the whole scenario. We went out, we did this. So I said, he always does this. So then I had to do this. And I'm the only grown
up in the room.
And so I read for him and I'm getting all these warm cups and the 5 of Cups, guilt and remorse. I'm thinking, ooh, demasculated, maybe. So I read, then I said, I need more. And then the next few cards with the Queen of Swords reversed. So I know she's the one making this trouble. And I said to her, it's not the slamming of the door we're pissed off about. It's 5 days prior, 10 days prior. And in respect for your time and money, I need to tell you one thing. Oh, yes, please. I said, what? I said, give him this one. In fact, you need to give him more wins. You're smart, you're bright, but because you're overworked and overwhelmed, it can turn into something really bad. And he loves you deeply, and he really wants to do what's best to keep this relationship going. And she was real quiet, long pause, and she goes, I understand.
Wow, you framed it in such a way that made her able to hear it without taking offense. She really got it, because you put her in a position where she had to reflect on how hard she worked, and maybe she was taking things out on him and getting a little snippy and whatnot, but you didn't say it. So you're really, I probably would have been Judge Judy. You're beating your husband up and you're about to go. I hope maybe I wouldn't.
You're doing it all wrong.
I wouldn't have said
you're doing is wrong.
You want to empower people and not make them. You don't want to take their power away. So obviously what you did is you gave her the tools to understand her situation so that she could make intelligent choices. And when you said give him more wins, it was just a really easy way for somebody like a swords person to get it, right? Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, that was powerful.
I've had such incredible experiences using the cards to help people. And the feeling, there's no better feeling than to help someone, you see the penny drop and we're, oh, I get it now. And it's like, okay, go away, Deb. I'm fine now. I can do it on my own.
Well, you feel like you did the universe's job. You delivered the message in a way that they could receive it, and it became a powerful information that could change their lives in the way that they are, maybe circling the same problem over and over. And now they can finally resolve this within them and their relationships or whatever it is that their problem is. So that's a pretty darn powerful reading. If it can get to that level where you're helping people take their power back and change their life.
Right.
And those around them who they affect.
And there's not one person listening to this live or on the replay that doesn't want to do that in their life, to be the one with the right combination of words.
Absolutely. Jennifer saying Deborah is an amazing counselor.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer.
And Julie saying this is great advice, Deborah.
Oh, Julie, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think
that seems like a touchy area. Ever hesitate giving information because of how it may be received?
I don't hesitate, but I explain. So I lay the groundwork by saying, let's say the outcome most likely won't be the one they want. Instead of doing that, just say, you know what? Not set in stone, the future of this, but it seems like if everything remains the same at the level of action, this is the most likely scenario.
Oh, I like that, because it leaves it flexible, but it tells you energetically going down the road if things are staying. Yeah, I like that.
And change is tough, really tough.
Really tough. And I like this, Krista saying, hi, Deborah, good show. And Alice L. pre-ordered your book.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, Krista Gibson, I love you. Miss you.
And Janet saying, Barbara Janet saying, my landlady has a personality similar to Judge Judy. Yeah.
We know a lot of Judge Judys.
She kind of doesn't bend.
Right. She doesn't. But I like the straight shooter, but I mean, when she's just relaxed, I mean, she's passionate, but she says everything the right way, and it makes sense in my mind. I thought, I want to be that, but then the other.
I mean, she's definitely but when you tick her off,
Oh man, she goes and goes and goes. I think, oh, stop! This is
She
making
really goes.
so embarrassing.
I mean, oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I used to watch her years ago, but I don't watch that anymore. But I don't think she's on anymore, is she?
Oh yeah, with a new hairstyle.
Oh, she's on with a new hairstyle. Oh,
It's
I'll have to look.
Judy Justice is what it's called. It's not Judge Judy.
Oh my goodness.
But when you're working with, but back to the court cards, when you're working with the court cards, if Judge Judy doesn't come to mind for this, that's not your thing, then there's someone in your life, the landlady.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's the landlady on a bad day. She'll just rip you to shreds or whatever. Then that can be the persona, the impression, the feeling you get when I was going to say, Judge, when the Queen of Swords is reversed on your table and you think, oh, now who's the one with the, it's being a little chesty here. So
Yeah.
that would, it just a bit of information.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. So,
Yeah.
so what other good things can you tell us about the court cards?
Well, they do have personalities that I really dove into, because it's not just the King of Pentacles being a quiet older man in finance. I take you into what that person would be personally, professionally. There's just how he'll think about when you're talking to him, how his mind clicks along. Just like what I want to teach everybody is how to move through a reading confidently. It's like you get to this particular court card, and I describe every which way he could come off, like the wands. Okay, let's say the Knight of Wands.
Yeah.
That's a person in corporate. Let's say he's in corporate, which is a bad place for a Knight of Wands to be, is in corporate, but they need to own their own business because they're just so quick. The Ace of Wands always wants to be the first one to have the great idea, and he won't credit other people with it either. So here's the Queen of Cups in the office down the line, and she wants to help everybody, and she gives all these ideas away, and oh, what if you do it this way and that way? And then the Knight of Wands picks that up, and he doesn't remember where he heard it, but he brings it to the idea to the conference room, and it's a home run. And here's Miss Cups over there with her feelings.
Ruminating about, yeah, exactly. So so in a business, if there are a lot of people that are wand type people, that's kind of like everyone wants to jump and do everything first and take action, and it might be a little difficult.
Well, they're all competitive, but the nice thing about a wand, like the Knight of Wands in corporate, is that, or in however they are in management, they'll blurt out. They will blurt out the answer. I think we should do ABC. And then other people say, no, that won't work because of da, 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 da. And some of them might not say it nice enough, so he gets defensive and he's a little hot under the collar. But give him 10 minutes and he won't even remember it. He won't even remember it. It's just the way things go. And he'll be back to another idea. So that's the nice part about the wand family, is that they come up quick, they get mad quick, and then they can
let it go on. They're going on to the next thing.
If we're talking about, I do say this in the book, where they're talking about a relationship problem, and he's coming into the reading as the Knight of Wands or something. He comes in reversed. This is then it's a very it's like a tense situation for me, because the Wand family are the first ones to punch first, ask questions later. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm so sorry I'm punching you. But it's just like really fast there's no space between thought
There's
and
no
action.
thinking. There's no thinking or no
Right.
feeling. It's
And
just
so when the lady calls and says, "Will my low down cheating daddy come back?" and I see that he's, don't go after him right now. His momentum is arrogance and this and that, so that's how I describe courts, to where you can say, "Oh, my uncle did that. I know how exactly that." And so then you can put that in your quiver and say, "Okay, the reverse knight of wands is like Uncle Tony on
oh,
Christmas after too much
yes.
wine." So but then you don't have to go through that in your mind when you're doing a reading. Uncle
Mhm.
Tony comes down, and then you move into that emotion without being emotional. You
Yes.
move into that emotion, that feeling, and then you move. The next part of the reading starts with the next card, with that new revelation. You see,
Oh, I love that.
just moves right
Yeah,
into it.
I love
Yeah.
that. That can really help when you're reading for someone to help you understand who's around them and
Mhm.
the energies at play that
Yeah.
they're working with.
A lot
And
of Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, here's how Angus says, years ago, a wonderful psychic told me I had no problem getting information. The true skill and art was delivering shit on a platter. People will receive it and not get defensive.
Defensive.
Yeah, it sounds like Deborah's got this down to a fine science. So, she knows how to frame it so it sounds like it's absolute diamonds in the
Yeah.
rough or
Yeah.
diamonds, period.
Well, I don't have, gosh, I have been everyone I've met. I
Oh,
have been every
yeah.
card I've learned about. So I'm not.
I can totally understand that.
Yeah.
And let's see. I just wanted to say this. Linda De Gonzalez says she spoke to Judge Judy once. I was doing a tech support. She was lovely and very courteous and friendly. Great customer. A lot of others were downright abusive. Yeah.
Interesting. So you have
Yeah.
so Linda, you had this experience
Yeah.
with Judge Judy, right? And so when you move into now, if you name the Queen of Swords, Judge Judy, you go into that reading with a totally different feeling, emotion, experience, assumption, different than mine. That's why your client is sitting in front of you and not me.
Yeah.
You see, that's why we are all individual.
Yeah.
Nobody's the same. So bravo on that. I knew she would probably be a really cool chick.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Without the cameras.
Yeah, I mean, because she's not going to lord it over someone in that way. I think she would think that was totally unfair in her swords kind of way.
In her very intellectual way.
In her very intellectual way. Unless
See,
you tick her off. And
see-
then she said, let's come off.
See, but I know she can push and push so hard. I'm defending the bad guy. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
But the thing is with Linda got to know her on a personal level,
yeah.
whereas I only see her as a personality. Like that,
Yeah.
I'll tell you another personality I like, and that is the Page of Swords is Sheldon Cooper from the Big Even though Sheldon Cooper is a grown man, right?
Yeah.
He's just so adolescent. Everyone wants to go to the movie, but hold on now, wait. We have to make sure there's enough time to, you've seen this story.
I've seen it a million times.
He holds up everything. So that's my Page of Swords. What I say with the Page of Pentacles is that as soon as that kid gets old enough to walk around on his own, if a parent says take out the garbage, his first thought is what's in it for me. Because you see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
a kid with that has a transactional life, you see, with the pentacles, a transactional life.
Transactional.
And so you, you move into that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I just want to say hi to Denise McMullen, who's here.
Hi.
And Cindy S came in, and I don't know if I said hi to Wayne Rich while we were chatting, and Krista, good to see you, and of course Alice I mentioned, and Leah came in. If I missed any of you, Laura Hammond Davis, hello. I'm sorry I didn't do it on purpose. Janet P. or Jennifer P. I'm sorry. So I absolutely encourage all of you to go ahead and pre-order so that you do not have to set your calendar alarm for it. Just go ahead and go pre-order. And can they do that, Deborah, through your website?
No, this is all on Amazon. It's
go right to Amazon. Go right to Amazon.
And usually they get it before it's launched, but so you might get it earlier.
Ooh. Everybody thought it was so informative. Oh, good. I'm so glad all of you enjoyed it. And I am going to, I cannot wait to get your book, but I am going to read the electronic copy because I can't.
Thank you.
I am just so excited about it. Is it available on Kindle?
It should be available on Kindle. I'm not quite sure about that.
Okay.
But it should be. It'll be a hard copy. So
may be coming, Linda. So yeah,
I'm sure it is.
And I want to thank you so much for being here. It's been such a treat.
This was so fun.
Knowledgeable about all of this, and you have such a wide breadth of knowledge and information to share. So every single book that you have has just layers of information, even though what is written is concise and precise. That's why it's so easy to get those. Oh, I can look at it that way.
That's
really deliver it in a beautiful and concise way. So you're not lost with a bunch of words and you can't remember anything. You remember all those tips, all the little tips stuff. So I love it. It's just exactly how I love a book to be written.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So everybody go like and subscribe to Deborah's Grow Your Light. And also absolutely 100% leave a wonderful message. It helps with the algorithms after this. And pre-purchase on Amazon.com.
Thank you.
Decode Tarot.
Decode Tarot. Yes. Thank you so much. Oh, Jonathan just pre-ordered.
Oh, yay.
Awesome.
Thank you all for being here. And we're gonna say goodbye for now, and I'll have to have Deborah on again about something else.
We'll just talk and talk and talk.
Love you all. Thank you for being here.
Love you all. Bye-bye.